Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's an absolute pleasure for me to be here and a pleasure for me to be in India. I've been thinking a lot about today, and I think it was best summed up by an extremely eminent Indian who I met this morning. And he said to me, India is going some at the moment. And I thought that was an extraordinary understatement for what is an absolutely extraordinary country. And when you look out of these windows, not only do you see two of the best cricket grounds in the world, you see a city that is growing exponentially and one of the most exciting places in the world to be. So we're very excited to be here. My name is Jonathan White. I'm chairman of JerseyFinance. And JerseyFinance has been visiting India since 2008 on a regular basis. We're here this evening to launch our representation in India through three wonderful people. Mr. Sean Costello. Sean, where are you? Sean is here. Mr. Kapil Dua. Kapil is here. And I'd encourage you, please, to make an effort to see them afterwards. And the third person is Miss Jyoti Dadgar. Jyoti, where are you? She's at the back there. So please make yourselves known to them. They'd be delighted to meet you during the course of the evening. Unfortunately, we had hoped that the Chief Minister of Maharashtra would be here this evening. He's unable to join us, but I'm absolutely honoured and delighted that Professor Roy Rohatgi has kindly agreed to officially open our presence here. In the 1980s, Professor Roy returned to India and was founding managing partner for the global accountancy firm Arthur Andersen. After his retirement in the early 1990s, he spent many years advising Indian and overseas organizations on international tax and strategic development, and he focused particularly on doing business in India. Today, he is best known as the director of the internationally renowned conference which is organized by the Foundation for International Taxation each December in Mumbai. And he's also listed in Debrett's as a distinguished person of the United Kingdom. I'm also delighted to be joined by two of our senior ministers, Senator Philip Ozouf, who is our Deputy Minister and Treasury Minister, and Senator Freddie Cohen, our Assistant Chief Minister for External Affairs. And both Senator Ozouf and Senator Cohen would like to say a few words, and I'll hand over, if I may, to Senator Ozouf. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm delighted to be back in India. This is my third visit in 3 years, building on the excellent work that has been carried out by JerseyFinance and its members, furthering their commitment to what I hope is a great relationship now and into the future between Jersey and India. In the last couple of days, I've visited a number of Indian companies with operations in Jersey, and I've learnt more about the tremendous opportunities that those companies see across a whole range of sectors and capabilities. Perhaps the most important reason for my own visit to India is the signing of a tax information exchange agreement with the Minister of State for Revenue in New Delhi on Friday. I'm confident that the signing of this historic agreement will be the catalyst for building even stronger relationships between Jersey and India, boosting global trade, boosting our bilateral investment, particularly in infrastructure in India. I'm particularly pleased also on this delegation to have Senator Freddie Cohen, who has special responsibility for external affairs in Jersey, and I'd now like to hand over him to say a few words. Thank you very much.
Good evening, welcome, and thank you for joining us here tonight. I'm delighted to be here to mark the launch of our representation in India. This effort will be led by our Head of Business Development for the GCC in India, Sean Costello, and through our representative agents, Kapil Dua and Jyoti Dadgar. Jersey has a long relationship with India via its excellent links with the City of London, one of the world's preeminent financial centres. Jersey is a leading international finance centre in its own right, and it has many links with India. We have been visiting formally for the last 3 years, but doing business with India for very much longer, and I personally have been here on over 20 occasions. We are already enjoying the presence of Indian business, such as the Bank of India in Jersey. As a leading jurisdiction, we provide substantial foreign direct investment into the Indian economy via investments in areas as diverse as mainstream infrastructure, clean tech, Indian artworks, and host businesses that outsource work to India. We also provide work to local artisans via the commissioning of local sculpture and supporting Indian wildlife through the good works of the world-leading Durrell organisation. Jersey has already established itself as a leading international finance centre that is accepted by Indian and the world's regulatory bodies as cooperative, transparent and well-regulated. Launching our representation here in Mumbai is a further step in building those and other bilateral trade links, and I look forward to a positive and prosperous future. We are honoured that Professor Rohatgi is here with us this evening.
And it gives me great pleasure to be here tonight. I have known JerseyFinance for some time because, as he mentioned, we run a conference in Bombay every December, and JerseyFinance is one of our supporters. And I hope that that will continue in the years to come. I'd like to speak a few things about Jersey itself and JerseyFinance, because I think people probably in the Indian context, many of them may be aware of Jersey, but many may not. And I thought I'll put to rest some of the perceptions people have about Jersey. In 2010, the Global Financial Center Index ranked Jersey among the best regulated centers in the world. In my opinion, Jersey is not a tax haven. That's something to bear in mind. It's a financial center like the City of London. It's one of the leading such centers in my view, and this has in fact been built up over the last century. It's not something which has started recently. It has only got 2 tax treaties. Being an accountant, being a tax man, I mean, we work only in terms of treaties, and I couldn't find many. There are only 2. One is with the United Kingdom and the other is with Guernsey. So from an international tax point of view, there's not much to do there. But I can tell you there's a hell of a lot which can be done. And its reputation as a top international financial center is largely due to its expertise over the years in financial services of all kinds. And more importantly, its high quality of the financial sector regulation and supervision in the island. And that's for that we need to, in fact, give the credit to the Minister and his colleagues, in fact, who have effectively given Jersey a tremendous boost in terms of the reputation it carries globally. It's in fact, this has been verified by various studies. In fact, the International Monetary Fund gave it a few years ago a AAA rating. In fact, very good. The Financial Action Task Force, which in fact regulates money laundering and serious crimes, in fact, again, gave it in fact a full marks, and the OECD in Paris, in fact, gave it a grade A. So these all, in fact, point to the high quality of the center as it exists today. It's a leader in the field of, and one of the things which is really very interesting, because it is in fact a very transparent sort of a center. If you are looking in fact for hiding your sort of long lost money, that's the wrong place to go, I can tell you. Because they are signing tax information exchange agreements. They started in 2002 with the United States. Today, they have, in fact, either signed or are in the process of signing roughly over 25 such TIEAs. And these TIEAs obviously provide for exchange of information about taxpayers. But the one thing about it is they're striking a balance between the exchange of information and the protection of taxpayers' privacy. For example, wholesale fishing expeditions where you don't know anything and the revenue asking for information is not on. But you have the taxpayer also has a right to appeal, and the information is normally given to the revenue within a stipulated time, but there are checks and balances. On behalf of all of us, we welcome you all to our country. Thank you very much, sir. And we are proud that you are here because as a cooperative, transparent, and well-regulated jurisdiction, in my view, Jersey has a vital role to play in India's future. Moreover, its consistent work on regulation and regular visits to RBI and SBI by the regulator, who I'm pleased to hear is here, is again to be commended. In fact, it was President Obama who said on his recent visit, when he mentioned India was now an emerged and not emerging nation, well on its way to becoming a developed economy. We thank you for sharing this feeling by your actions. Thank you very much. Once again, I applaud Jersey's long-term commitment to India, as reflected by their permanent representation in Bombay. And with those few remarks, I'm happy to inaugurate the office of JerseyFinance in Mumbai. Thank you very much.